Hi, Alicia. How are you?
I'm good. Let's talk about the comic book Blue Bayou.
Yes, the comic book inspired Blue Bayou. No, I mean maybe not inspired by a comic book, but certainly a movie. I think our audience is going to really take in and process because it
Oh,
was powerful.
thank you so much. That means a lot.
Of course, listen. Let's talk about it because the movie has a real message of things that real people are facing, really difficult, like these deportation issues. And I just want to hear, when you take on this role and you hear from Justin about all the things he's learned, what are some of the things you learned or just chose to go research yourself to make sure that what you brought to Kathy was as authentic as it could be?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, like Justin himself is a proof of, his reality has been, I followed him and he's an incredible actor. But, I saw his first film, GEEK, coming out of Sundance a few years back, and I thought it was a beautiful piece of work. And I mean, and after I chatted to him, obviously the reality is too, he's an American actor who's proven himself, and yet he had a very hard time getting work because he has Korean parents. And he kind of took it to himself, and then he wrote and directed his first film, and now this was his third film. And obviously that itself is proof that we need to do more work to make sure that film in general is more including. Then when I read the script, I was presented by this issue that is within this film, a situation where there's adopted children in not only America, but this has happened all over the world. They illegally get adopted into a country. And then due to paperwork that hasn't been filed correctly, these children end up in a loophole where they can be deported later on in their lives. When they've lived their entire life in one country, they have family, and sometimes they even have children that they're pulled away from. And for me, I actually couldn't believe it. And I also was kind of like, I had no idea that this issue existed. So I hope that people will do a bit like I did. As soon as I read the script, I kind of took up my phone and just started to Google to try and get my head around what the reality is.
Well, it certainly came through, and your performance really helped send that message home. But I do have something lighter for you. Speaking of all the Marvel stuff that you see behind me, there was one of my favorite. These rumors are all over the place, but one of my favorite things I ever heard was Olivia Wilde is making a Spider-Woman movie, and the word on the street was she was looking at you for that, or somebody like you. Have you ever had a conversation like that? Would you be game for Jessica Drew?
I mean, I think she's incredible, and I think it's a world where I would love to take a step into. I haven't made a superhero movie yet, but no, I haven't had any discussions like that now. But yeah, I would be totally up for it.
I love it. I love it. Well, listen, Alicia, thank you so much for the time. Also, congratulations on the little one. So happy for you guys, and
Oh, thank
congrats
you.
on Blue Bayou.
Thank you. Take care.